Welcome everyone. Welcome to class. Come on in, sit down, do a little bit of stretching. We'll get warmed up and we'll get into class this evening. First thing, welcome. Like I said, come on in, sit down. Oh, I see your shoes on, no shoes on the mat. Good, but yes, come in, sit. Breathe. In your nose, out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth. Good. Tonight, first thing again, welcome to class. Welcome to Nyingbulam Live. Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about break falls. Break falls as well as how to get back up from once we fall to the ground. Break falls are extremely important. So before we get into break falls, I want to just talk generally about break falls. Why are they taught? In a lot of systems, they are taught in Nyingbulam very especially. We teach several different break falls: a front break fall, side break fall, back break fall, a rolling break fall. I'm a firm believer they are a critical part of the foundation of keeping yourself safe. I truly believe that things like break falls should be taught in the elementary school system, along with that physical education class they take. I tell my students all the time, you will fall more in life than you'll have to defend yourself. So learn how to fall correctly, learn how to fall safely. And the premise and the idea behind break falls is two things. One, protecting major parts of our organs or vital parts of our body, but as we're doing that, we are distributing our body weight across a larger area, okay? And that's one of the key things. And I'm a firm believer, you start teaching break falls young, they will come to you naturally to the point where you will have you will be able to react. And I think, as we progress as a society, if we realize this, it could be a valuable tool as we age and we get older to help us protect ourselves from falls. Even in my own experience, my last home was a big Victorian home. We had several flights of stairs. The one day I slipped in the wooden stairs and I went down. Instinctively, my hands went out. I beat up my arms, but my spine or my coccyx did not touch the steps, which is usually the first thing that gets broken when you fall down a set of stairs on your back. So it does work. So let's get to break falls. So a couple quick things about a break fall. Like I said, we're not going to do them all tonight because I also want to get into how to get up safely from the ground. And remember, what's a break fall? It's our personal protection from gravity. So first one we will look at is a back break fall. Okay, so we'll start off very simple, and it's like how we would teach any new student. So I'm a good believer of, if you're going to learn how to fall, let's do it first closest to the ground as possible. It's less distance to fall, right? So we're going to start off in a kneeling position. Okay, we always teach left over right. Now, one of the big key things here is I want to tuck my chin. I want to take my chin and tuck it to my chest. Because in a back break fall, there's a couple things I really want to protect. Major thing is my head, right? That's what we want to do in all of our break falls, is definitely protect our head, okay? So we're going to turn to the side, we're going to tuck our chin, we're going to cross our arms, left over right. From here, we're going to kind of set ourselves down. As we sit, we're going to roll, we're going to slap the ground with our palms. We always hit the ground with our palms down. And the way I'm hitting it is 45 degrees to the body. My knees are together. So if I turn towards the camera, towards you all, you will see this would be 0, these would be 90 degrees. Now my arms are at 45. This is where we wanted to land. Up here is very hard on the shoulder socket, right? Very hard on the rotator cuff. Down here, more natural, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with break falls, you'll wonder, why is he throwing his arms out? This has now, we look at the physics of fall and physics of energy. So if we fell on the street, and I fell, and I land on my elbow, oh! That's all my body weight, approximately 190 pounds, landing in an area roughly maybe 1, at maximum 2 square inches, okay? That's a lot of force falling in a small area. Now, I'll take that same fall, and I say I'll do it sideways. I fall, how much area now have I displaced my body weight over? A lot larger area. My body now can absorb that impact. Another key thing to remember about any break fall is when your body goes under load, for example, in a break fall, we always breathe out. That is the only way we can tighten up muscles and protect, our joints, and our internal organs. So, again, back break fall. Feet together, knees together, left over right, we tuck our chin. We're going to roll, break fall. Okay? And you will see how my knees are together. Okay? This is a good way that we start teaching a new student. So, but one thing to always remember about break falls, like any technique, you have a foundation. From there, you have to look at how does it get modified, or if it needs to be, for a better, more protective on, for example, self-defense situation. Okay? If I was knocked down on the street, and I hit the ground here, I have a large area that I need to concern myself with. Someone kicking me right here between my legs if I was down. Okay? So as students progress in Nyingbulam, you'll start off with your nice traditional back break fall. Plant. Now we drop our feet. Shoulder width wide, but we're going to take one leg and we're going to bring it and we're going to rest it. And kind of hook our foot with our heel right below our knee. Dropping your hip down. Now I've made a brace to protect myself if someone was trying to kick me. Okay? So all we're going to do is add a little edge to that break fall to better protect ourselves. So again, I'll do it kind of from the side so you can see it from a side view. Knees start off together. Chin tucked. We roll. We break fall. Feet will come down. Lock our foot over. Okay? So now we're able to protect ourselves. So, we're going to go on, because again, I want to cover a few things. Side break fall. Okay? Now, the two break falls we're going to cover today will be the back and the side. Front break fall we'll talk about in another class. So, side break fall, I'm going to start again off in a kneeling position. I'm closer to the ground to fall. So if I'm sideways to the camera, I'm going to come up on one knee. Whatever leg I'm coming up with will be the side I'm falling towards. So if I come up with my right knee, I'll be falling to my right. If I come up with my left knee, I'll be falling to my left. Okay? So we'll start off, I will fall towards the camera so it's easier to see. I start off, first thing I want to do is protect my head, right? So I'm going to take my head and I'm going to tuck it towards my opposite shoulder. Since I'm falling this way, my head tucks here. Again, I'm trying to protect my head. Very important. My break fall hand will be helping distribute my weight, and the load width is going to come over to my opposite shoulder. Again, this is a good starting point to learn from. So from here, we're going to think about sitting down. I'm going to sit towards this leg and break fall. Okay, so I'll do it towards the camera so you'll get a better view. So I'm here, tuck my head, hand comes up, break fall. Okay, again you will see a couple of things. My arm, 45 to my body. If that was 90, 45. Again, better for the shoulder. Chin is still tucked to the side. Now what do you do with these two legs? Well, my bottom leg is going to lay flat. This top leg stays either open or under a lot of impact, it will slam to the ground. We are keeping our knees apart typically, okay? That way you don't have the problem when you fall, the force of jamming your legs together. Here. Now, question always is, what do you do with the inactive hand? Well, we teach, and I'm a firm believer, it better be up here to protect your head. If you've been knocked down, have it up here. Get in the habit of having it up here. This is the break fall hand. We break fall, then they both can come up. Okay? So let's do that break fall again from the side, which is known as the side break fall. So, right leg up, right arm is out because we're falling to the right side. Tuck my chin over to the side. I want to fall, break fall. Hand is up, legs apart. Okay? So again now, we've done our break fall. And again, this is something that you can practice both sides, and I always make sure you practice both sides of your side break falls, right? You can't choose what side you get knocked down on, what side you might slip on. And again, they are so important, right? Because that's what's going to protect you from just even the slips and falls, in our Canadian winters here, right? If you go down, you're able to protect the vital parts of your body, okay? But now the question is, what happens if it wasn't, just the environment that made me fall? For example, I've been knocked down in a self-defense situation. Well, now, ground is not where you want to be for long, right? Your life expectancy on the ground diminishes quickly due to people maybe kicking at you, stomping on you, right? You want to learn to survive to get back to your feet. In Nyingbulam, we have a general rule: the best spots to defend yourself from is kneeling or standing position, right? We do cover the ground, lots of technique, but with the emphasis to getting back to our feet. So we're going to look at a couple ways or transitions that we can get back to our feet after we've been knocked down, okay? So let's look at what happens first. Maybe you've been knocked down and you're landing in a back break fall position. So again, there's a couple ways we can look at this. We get knocked down. Let's say we get boom, we've done our break, we've been hit, we go down, okay? If a person is standing there, right, we want to be able to stop what we call, or make distance, right? So if I'm down here, we call this a defensive back position. So I'm here, maybe they're trying to kick me. I have my feet up now so I can kick at their knees or shins, right? I'm going to kick. That's what's going to give me some distance, right? I'm going to try to, if it's a very high level of aggression situation, I'm going to be trying to break their knees if they get too close. I'm kicking, okay? But now, how do you move? Okay, we want to stay on a small of our back here, okay? So I'm here, I'm kicking. I need to move. I'm going to dig one elbow in, right? Boom. He moves. Oh, he's back to this side. I'm defending myself, right? Whoa, and he comes way over here. There's a buddy trying to kick me from this side, right? That way, I can keep my hands still protecting my face and protect myself. Do I want to be here for long? No. Eventually, someone's going to get through. Eventually, I'm going to get hurt, okay? But this is my short term, right? I've been knocked down. I get my feet up, right? I'm trying to get my wits back. I'm kicking at their shins, at their knees to make some distance. Now we got to look at how do we get up, okay? So we're in our defensive back, maybe we're throwing these kicks, right? I'm looking at the spot for timing, as we would say, right? Maybe he gets too close, and that gives me the ability to really give him a good kick in the shins or the knee, okay? Because what we're about to do next is what we would call defensive restand. I'm going to throw a kick in as I get up in moving backwards away from my attacker, okay? So we're on our back. He gets too close, we're going to roll to our side, almost like doing a side break fall position, okay? So this leg falls. This hand now, very important where I put this hand. I want to get it as close to my rear end as possible, to my hip, okay? This hand is here. So as I roll to this position, I'm going to kick. If you notice, I'm bringing my hip off the ground, okay? I'll do it from this side so you can kind of see where my other foot is. I come here, I kick, okay? So, and my goal is to hit him, right? Hit that person, causing him to back up, causing him to give me time to get back to my feet, okay? And it's very important when you're practicing this with a partner, maybe you're just playing around, right? If you go to this technique and you throw this and you miss them, get back to your back defensive position, right? Because if I miss them and I start to get up, I run a risk now of being hit, okay? I need to have that space, that time to get back to my feet. So, now how do we get up? So we're back here, we're defensive back. We see he gets too close, bang, we kick. Now this bottom foot, if you see, this hand's up still up here protecting my head, right? My ribs. So this foot comes back, I'm gonna bring it underneath of me, step, step, okay? Now I can defend myself moving backwards if need be. Okay, so again, That's a type of a restand. We do another quick restand, and I'll go over this before we're done here. We call offensive. And this is the most typical taught one in probably most martial arts dojos, right? Kids are on their back, they're doing crunches, right? Doing whatever technique. They get told to get up. They drop one leg. You rock. You come up. Come up. Great. Teaches a very important skill. Getting up without using these, okay? And that's very important, right? If you've been knocked down, the last thing you want to do is get up with one of these. You're going to get hit, okay? So it's, again, it's like anything, the timing, you got to have your opening, you make your opening, right? And how do we make our opening? Is that kick, okay? And I talked earlier about where this hand goes and why it's important to go close to your hip. This is a simple triangle, right? It's math. If I have this hand way out here, that is less distance, I can lift this hip off the floor, right? Hot news. I bring this back towards me, look how much I can lift my hip now off the floor, okay? That makes it easier to get this leg underneath you, right? So we're here, you're defending yourself, you may be moving around, block, he's trying to kick you, boom, boom, he suddenly gets too close, bang, kick. If you notice, look where my hand is. Nice and close, I can get my foot underneath me, maybe I get to this point and I can't get up because they're barring down on me, guess what you're gonna do? Boom, back to your defensive back, right? Maybe get a hold of them, go on to another technique. Right now it becomes a grappling, ground jiu-jitsu, grappling on the ground, okay? At this point, in this technique, we're looking at is strictly, they're still standing, we're on the ground, they are attacking us on the ground. So the level of aggression is fairly high, right? So it's important that we realize that and we take that seriously. It's not a place to hang out, right? The ground is not where you want to be for long in a real life self-defense situation, right? We learn to survive, we get back to our feet, okay? I know we covered a lot, so I'm going to go through it one more time kind of before we go. So we looked at a couple of break falls tonight. The one was our back break fall. Again, if I'm facing the camera, facing the class, knees together, left over right, chin is tucked, and I'm rolling backwards. If I come to the side, feet together, left over right, tuck the chin, we roll back, break fall, okay? We make that impact so we're able to absorb that force better, okay? If you notice, the chin is still tucked, knees together. Now, that's a good way to learn. In a self-defense situation, I've been knocked down, that's what's going to happen, not than this. If they're so close and you know they're going to kick at me right away, this is going to happen. If they're still, 6 feet away, I have time to get into a more of a defensive back to defend myself from, and hopefully eventually, back to my feet, okay? So again, what are break falls? It's our personal defense against gravity. And we appreciate that more as we get older, right? Our footing, we get a little less graceful with our footing, right? Ground seems to be closer. So it's important that we start teaching people young how to fall properly, protect their heads, protect their chins, right? And continue that. So hopefully it becomes so inbred, so ingrained in what we do, right? It becomes a natural motion, right? When needed. But good. And before we're gone, again, I also want to say a quick note and say thank you for everyone that's been watching. This video is our 1 month of Nyingbulam Live, our 4th class, that's now been broadcasted from our dojos across Ontario, from all of our great instructors. So again, come on in, sit down and enjoy. These are for you, right? We love what we do, and we hope you do too. And we hope you enjoy coming to see what we do and partake. So in closing, be safe, okay? And remember, always keep 1 foot on the mat and 1 foot on the ground. We'll have a nice little bow out before we go. So we'll go with legs together. So skeet, ray, shizentai. Repeat after me. The essence of the art is neither victory nor defeat. We seek perfection of ourselves through the perfection of the art. Huss! Huss! And thank you very much. Huss!